Hello everyone. Today's topic is opioid analgesics. Uh, my name is Dr. Radhika, Department of Pharmacology. Today we are going to discuss about opioid analgesics. These are some important terms. That is, analgesics are the drugs which selectively relieves pain by acting in the CNS or on peripheral pain mechanism without slightly altering the consciousness. That is opioids and NSAIDs. Opioids means any drug which binds to the opioid receptor in CNS and antagonized by naloxone. There may be a natural, synthetic, and semi-synthetic. Opiates means drug derived from the opium, that is natural or semi-synthetic. Narcotics means drug derived from the opium or opium-like compounds with potent analgesic effect associated with significant alteration of the mood and the behavior and with the potential for dependence and tolerance following repeated administration. Um, some types of pain, there are acute, chronic, and malignant. Acute means it will be by trauma or injury. In chronic conditions for which cures were unknown, and malignant processes. Malignant processes means cancer. These are types of pain. Now differentiated into two types of pain based on etiology. That is nociceptive and neuropathic. Opioids means derived from the opium. It is a dark brown resinous material obtained from the poppy, Papaver somniferous seeds, and opium is divided into one second. Opium, that is phenanthrene and benzyl isoquinone. In phenanthrene, we'll see morphine, codeine, thebaine, and benzyl isoquinone, papaverine, noscapine, and narcin. Poppy to opioids, like from raw opium to preparation of opium, and from that opium, we'll take morphine, codeine, narcotin, etc. Opium Histories. It is by Friedrich Wilhelm Sir Turner, a German pharmacist, isolated morphine in 1803 and named it after the Greek god of dreams, Morpheus. Effects of different opioid receptor stimulation. Uh, there are three types of receptors which acts on the opioid that is mu, kappa, delta receptors, and mu is located on the supraspinal mu1 and mu2 is on the spinal. These effects are analgesia, receptor depression, sedation, euphoria, meiosis, physical dependence, and agonistics are fentanyl and pentazocine weekly, and K receptors are K1 spinal, K3 is on supraspinal, kappa receptors are effects on spinal anesthesia, dysphoria, sedation, psychomimetic, physical dependence, and delta receptors are located on spinal, supraspinal. The delta receptor effects are spinal analgesia, affective behavior, receptor depression, reduced GI motility. Mu kappa delta, these effects on analgesia. Some these are morphine morphine causes, we can easily remember as sacrum, that is S for sedation, leads to coma, and analgesia for pain, constipation, Then we used for treat diarrhea or for respiratory depression. So we should not use. This is contraindicated in asthma and COPD patients. It causes euphoria, addictive drugs, and this morphine causes tolerance and dependence. Tolerance means for all it will get tolerance except for constipation and constriction of the people. That is meiosis, and it will leads to dependence physically, that is cravings, and psychologically withdrawal symptoms. We can see M for meiosis, that is pinpoint pupil. Effects of morphine on CNS effects, uh, central nervous system effects, analgesia first, and pain consists of both sensory and affective emotional components. Opioid analgesics reduces both aspects of the pain experiences, especially the affective aspect. In contrast, NSAIDs drugs have no significant effect on emotional aspect of the pain. Euphoria, IV drug users experience a pleasant floating sensation with lessened anxiety and distress. However, dysphoria, an unpleasant state characterized by restlessness and malaise, may sometimes occur. With morphine, we'll see sedation, that is drowsiness, clouding of mentation, and little or no amnesia, no motor incoordination. Sleep is induced in the elderly, can be easily aroused from the sleep. And however, opioids disturb the normal REM sleep pattern. Uh, Respiratory depression. By inhibiting brainstem respiratory mechanism, alveolar partial carbon dioxide may increase, but the most reliable indicator of this depression is depressed response to the carbon dioxide challenge. In individuals with increased intracranial pressure, asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, that is COPD or cor pulmonale, this decreases in respiratory function may not be tolerated. And we'll see in cough suppression, that is codeine is particular. However, cough suppression by opioids may allow accumulation of secretions and thus leads to airway obstruction and atelectasis. Um, Temperature regulating central depression. Chances of hypothermia, vasomotor central depression fall in BP. Morphine stimulants, nausea and vomiting. Edinger vestibule nucleus of third nerve is stimulated. It will leads to meiosis. Vagal center leads to bradycardia. Meiosis. Constriction of the pupil. By stimulating Edinger vestibule nucleus of third nerve, meiosis is a pharmacological action to which little or no tolerance develops. Valuable in diagnosis of opioid overdose. Truncal rigidity. Truncal rigidity reduces thoracic compliances and thus interference with ventilation. Truncal rigidity may be overcome by administration of opioid antagonistic, which of course will also antagonize the analgesic action of the opioid. Preventing truncal rigidity while preserving analgesia requires a concomitant use of neuromuscular blocking agents. Peripheral effects of the morphine, that is on CVS, that is cardiovascular system. Bradycardia, that is mifenderine, is an exception, can result in tachycardia. Hypotension due to peripheral arterial and venous dilatation, depression of vasomotor centra, release of histamine. Increased partial carbon dioxide leads to cerebral vasodilation associated with a decrease in cerebral vascular resistance and increase in cerebral blood flow and increase in intracranial pressure. Morphine effects on GIT. Constipation, but it is for no tolerance. Opioid receptor exists in high density in the GIT. Constipating effects of the opioids are mediated through an action on the enteric nervous system as well as CNS. Gastric secretion of hydrochloric acid is decreased. Propulsive peristaltic waves are diminished. Tone is increased. This delay passage of fecal mass and allow increased absorption of water, which leads to constipation. So it is used in the management of diarrhea. Biliary tract. Sphincter of Oddi may constrict. So contract biliary smooth muscle result in biliary colic. Morphine effects on renal. Renal function is depressed by opioids, decreased in renal plasma flow, increased in renal tubular sodium reabsorption, and increased in urethral and bladder tone. Increased sphincter tone may precipitate a urinary retention. Urethral colic caused by renal calculus is made worsen by opioid-induced increase in urethral tone. Morphine affects on how it will affect on uterus. It may prolong the labor. Both peripheral and central actions of the opioid can reduce the uterine tone. Neuroendocrine stimulate the release of ADH, prolactin, somatotropin, inhibit the release of luteinizing hormone. Um, it will cause pruritus. CNS effects and peripheral histamine release may be responsible for this reaction. Pruritus and occasionally urticaria when administered parenterally. Miscellaneous. The opioids modulates the immune system by lymphocytic proliferation, antibody production, and chemotaxis. Classification of opioids is divided into agonistic, mixed agonistic and antagonistic. Agonistic are strong, moderate, weak. In strong, further morphine, methadone, mephedrine, and in moderate, codeine, oxycodone, weak, pro-oxyfen, and mixed agonistic antagonist are nalbuphine and buprenorphine. In antagonistic divides naloxone and naltrexone. Opioid agonists are morphine. We previously we saw the slide sacrum about and heroin 100 times more addictive than morphine, not used in practice because of this addictiveness. And methadone, it is a long acting and it is used for the de-addiction of opioids. Pethidine, MAO-A inhibitor, 99% is inactive, 1% is converted into the norpethidine. This norpethidine is very small amount. With this, no problem. Side effects are due to its long-acting property. Thus, every day, pethidine causes accumulation of norpethidine, resulting in the seizures. Pethidine, 1/10 in analgesic property. Spasmodic action on smooth muscles is less. Tachycardia, it is related to the atropine, even acts on opioid receptor. Safer in asthmaticus because less histamine release. So we can use in the asthma patients. Uses analgesia, pre-anesthetic medication. Preferred opioid analgesics during labor. Less neonatal respiratory depression. Opioid agonistics, codeine, falcodine, dextromethorphan, noscapine. These are used in dry cough, antitussives, cough suppressants. Opioid agonistics, loperamide or diphenoxylate. It is used for the treatment of diarrhea, non-infective diarrhea. Opioid contraindicated in infective diarrhea. Escherichia coli, Shigella. It inhibit the GI motility. Thus, bacteria inside GIT penetrate mucosa, reach blood, and it causes septicemia. Opioid agonists are tramadol and tapentadol, mu kappa delta. These will causes analgesic action. Additionally increases serotonin in spinal cord, acts as analgesics. So opioid antagonists cannot antagonize drug effects. Opioid agonists, these are fentanyl, alfentanil, sufentanil, remifentanil. Fentanyl, post-operative muscle rigidity, it is used in anesthesia. Alfentanil, post-op muscle pain, and sufentanil, most potent opioid. Remifentanil, these two are most potent opioid. Short-acting opioid is metabolized by the pseudocholinesterase. Fentanyl, 80 to 100 times more potent than the morphine. Few cardiovascular effects, little propensity to release histamine. Because of high lipid solubility, it enters brain rapidly and produces peak analgesic in 5 minutes after IV injection. The duration of action is short, start varying off after 30 to 40 minutes due to redistribution. Transdermal fentanyl has become available for use in cancer patients. Partial agonists are buprenorphine, 25 to 50 times more potent than morphine. It is used in sublingual route. Slower onset and longer duration of action it has. Partial hypotension is marked, cannot be used during labor. Respiratory depression not reserved for naloxone. It is used for long-lasting pain, that is in cancer patients, and it is also used for the treatment of morphine dependence. Partial agonistics, that is buprenorphine. Mu, partial agonistic of mu. So it causes less respiratory depression. It has a ceiling effect. Advantages are less respiratory depression and disadvantages is less analgesic effect. Agonistics and antagonistics are agonistics kappa, antagonistic mu. Drugs are pentazocine, nalbuphine, buprenorphine. It causes side effects are hallucinations. Antagonistics mu kappa inhibit all. Naloxone and naltrexone. Naloxone is short acting and naltrexone is long acting. Naloxone uses IV route, naltrexone is oral route. Naloxone used to treat the acute opioid poisoning. Naltrexone is used to maintenance of opioid poisoning. Naloxone, we are going to discuss about naloxone. It acts on mu kappa delta receptors, antagonize all morphine actions, sedation is less completely reversed, and blocks placebo, acupuncture, stress-induced analgesia. Uses, it is used in morphine poisoning, diagnostic test for opioid addiction, reward neonatal respiratory depression due to opioids used during labor. Acute opioid poisoning. Some points about this acute opioid poisoning. Naloxone 0.1 to 0.4 milligrams IV repeated every 2 hours. This is a short acting, immediately rectifying opium toxicity. All symptoms totally reversed. If treatment stopped, patient again goes into coma when patient is conscious. So start treatment with naltrexone 50 to 100 mg per day orally. It is a long acting and we should give maintenance dose. For opioid de-addiction, short term, long term. In short term means it is for few months, and in long term, many years. Short term, stop giving opioids. Withdrawal symptoms. For withdrawal symptoms, there are two. It acts on sympathetic system and opposite to the sacrum. We already studied about the sacrum. Sympathetic system causes tachycardia, hypertension, and palpitation. So, for this, we should give treatment that is beta blockers and clonidine. And opposite to the sacrum, no sleep, diarrhea, tachypnea, midriosis. For this, we should give treatment benzodiazepines and loperamide. And for long-term addiction for opioids, cannot cannot try stopping opioids. Withdrawal symptoms are seen. Ventricular fibrillation, seizures. Instead of stopping less addictive opioid methadone and the long acting, less euphoria, delayed euphoria, we should do. And tapering the dose. Prevent relapse by naltrexone. Opioid analgesics, this is for nursing implications. This is before beginning therapy, perform a thorough history regarding allergies, use of other medication, health history, and medical history. Obtain baseline and see vital signs. Assess for potential contraindications and drug interactions. Perform a thorough pain assessment, including nature and type of the pain, precipitating and relieving factor, remedies, and other pain treatments. Be sure to medicate patients before the pain becomes severe as to provide adequate analgesia and pain control. Pain management includes pharmacological and non-pharmacological approach. Be sure to include other interventions as indicated. Oral form should be taken with food to minimize gastric upset. Ensure safety measures such as keeping side rails up to prevent injuries. Withhold dose and contact physician if there is any decline in the patient's condition or if any abnormal, especially if respiratory rate is below 12 breaths per minute. Follow proper administration guidelines for intramuscular injections, including site rotation. Follow proper guidelines for IV administration, including dilution, rate of administration, and so forth. Check dosages carefully. Constipation is a common side effect and may be prevented with the adequate fluid and fiber intake. Instruct patients to follow the directions for administration carefully and to keep a record for their pain experiences and response to the treatment. Patients should be instructed to change position slowly to prevent possible orthostatic hypotension. Patients should not take other medications or OTC preparations without checking with their physician. Instruct patients to notify physician for signs of allergy reactions or any adverse effects. Monitor for side effects. Should we see changes, patient's condition decline or pain continue, contact physician immediately. Respiratory depression may be manifested by respiratory rate of less than 12 per minute. Dyspnea, diminished breath sounds or shallow breathing. These are we should monitor. Monitor for therapeutic effects. Any decreased complaints of pain, any increased periods of comfort, or with improved activities of daily living, appetite, and sense of well-being. These are all about the opioid analgesics. And thank you.